Hi, welcome to Quarrel Ruts. I'm Adrian. This is my husband Eddie, a reluctant participant in the channel. Meet our golden retriever, Carol. Claire joins us as a special guest from time to time. And we live in Cape Coral, Florida. This channel is devoted to all things living that summer 365 lifestyle. Follow along as I serial start new projects and learn from YouTube University. I'm going to call this editing, Adrian, but it's going to come on at the beginning of the episode. This is going to be a compilation. One is my 2026 goal was like analog hobbies. I guess other people are calling it grandma hobbies. One of them was learning how to make soap. So you're going to see that. And then the next part is working on the raised bed gardens and starting to get the landscape fabric down so that we can get the area looking pretty. So enjoy. This is my very first time ever making soap. So I'm outside where there is airflow. You have to use an ingredient called lye, which is sodium di blah 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 something or another. I'll put it up on the screen. I'm following a book by Jan Berry on soap making, and it's pretty thorough. I'll also put that up on the screen. So you're going to see Carol in the background pouting because she's not able to be outside with me, and she hates that. And I'm not talking to you a whole ton because I'm really concentrating on making sure that I get this done correctly. I'm pretty pumped. I cannot wait for it. And I am so excited, and I hope it turns out. $101 of the lye, sodium, whatever this is called. $101 grams. All right, what did I say? 101 grams. Says, let's see. Wearing protective gloves and eyewear, carefully stir the lye into the water. Snow on water. Water, snow. So as it does it, it's going to make like a chemical reaction. This is 178. Is that right? Maybe. Alright. Now I'm supposed to wait till it gets to set the lye solution aside in a safe place to cool. Thank you. For about 30 to 40 minutes or until the temperature drops to around 100 to 110. Well, that would make sense then. It's that hot. Okay. All right. I'm hoping this container is big enough. So this is just the melted oil. No lye in it, so it's literally still all right. No foods were harmed in the making. All right. And we've got 113, 110. That's supposed to be 3 degrees cooler. I should have my gloves on. Put your gloves on, silly goose. We are running out of daylight. Carol's like, why can't I come out there with you, Mama? It's dangerous, Carol. Keep your pets and your children away. All right, so we're supposed to add it and then stir it together. Where's the breeze? Coming out that way. Oh, that'll work good for your camera work. Ooh, look at that. We already got some chemical reaction happening here. There's like a sweet smell. I don't know if it's the lye stuff or if it's the rubber on these gloves. It's kind of funny. Alright, so it says to alternate between stirring and immersion blending. Bring you closer, but now that I've started, I can't exactly move you around. So I'm looking for it to get thick enough to make like drizzle lines on the surface called trace, like leaving a trace. That's what I'm looking for here. So right now it's got a kind of a pretty honey color to it, or toffee. It looks like toffee. Wonder what color it's gonna dry. Clear? Not clear. White? Creamy? Milky? I don't know. Probably working in my favor that it's so chilly out here. Ridiculous. It's definitely thickening. Again, very much like making toffee, where it starts out super runny and then it gets thicker and thicker. I think we're getting close here. At this point, they say it's supposed to be alright, like it's not death-inducing anymore. Can't tell how much I got going on here. Like there we go. We're starting to get some trace, I think. Maybe a little bit more stirring. One more, I think. One more, I think one more. Alright, I was trying to find a container that had like a I might not need my little molds. I wasn't sure. Okay, I think we're good. We're gonna get this stuff in the wash so that it doesn't solidify on me. Yay! All right, and this is the next midday. It's kind of a little still soft. Like I can put a little fingerprint in it, but it's definitely hardened. It smells very minty. Yeah, it looks like I don't have any cracking. I don't know. I don't see discoloration in person, so maybe I do a little bit. I might have to look up that.
I haven't done that in a while. Hey, welcome back to Coral Roots. I am back in Cape Coral wearing winter gear, although it is finally 65 degrees out. We've had lows in the like 30 range where it feels like with a number 2 at the beginning. That's insanity. Like what in the actual heck? What we're doing today, I'm finally going to lay the landscape fabric in our what was I calling this? Loro? I think that's the Italian version of a not parterre. My gosh, how come when I turn the video on I can never remember words? We are gonna lay the fabric first. I'm gonna use my little hoe, my weed hoe, to try to clean some of these up. And as you can see, it's basically sand. Florida doesn't, in dry season, does not like it when you leave it with nothing. It'll try to put itself covered in weeds, but managing to keep most of them out though. So most of these should just kind of scrape up. Okie doke. Are we happy to be back in the garden? Yes, we are. It's actually pretty good to have the cooler weather for this versus me out here dying. But for real, I actually was freezing in my office because, you know, same. I need to go get the rake. Thought I had all my equipment out here, but I can tell right now I do not. Parterre. Nope. It's the other word. Not parterre, but actually kind of surprised I don't have a bunch of ants in here, but maybe because it's so cold. Jeez, that thing almost hit me in the head. That would have been awesome on camera, huh? Do I have gloves out here? Yeah. Do I have them on? Nope. Alright, I'm just trying to get some of these big ones that are right by the edge of the planters. And then we want it to be as level as we can so we don't get puddles when it's rainy season. We've got different shoes on. I realized I was wearing my walking shoes again, which is awesome. Not like they're in that great a condition anymore, but it's just more the principle of the point that I'm trying to not wear and wreck nice things. Shoot, I just put these gloves on and I have no grip on them. Do you see how good the tomato is looking? I also have some carrots, and by some I mean literally I probably have a half a dozen that have made it to have some form of carrot in the ground, but hey, better than nothing, right? So when I ordered this, I really thought it was bigger than, I cannot have these gloves on. I've got like zero dexterity. They're so slippery. Like the leather is so worn down. Got this extra thick, supposedly, landscape fabric that you would not want to like put in your yard and plant in, but it should be awesome for this walkway because it's thicker and plasticier. Actually hate landscape fabric personally, but for this purposes, all right, do we want to go long? Yeah. All right, let's use this one that's already here. All right, I kind of want it to like overlap up the edges. See how that is? Yes. So that when the rocks come, the rocks or shells or whatever I end up doing, they are able to sit next to it and not, I don't want the fabric to be too far under it. If that makes sense, which it does to me. Also, I thought I got way more of this than I did. Par for the course, right? Par for the course. Cut it without cutting my Oh my gosh, do I need a scissors? I think this actually might be better with the scissors. Oh my God, are you joking? I'll be back again. Green line on it works well, doesn't it? There's a bee that's like not pleased that I am working out here. All right, I probably overlapped that one a little too far, and now I don't have quite enough there. So, well, twofold. One, the neighbors were outside visiting, and she would have thought she could go over there. And two, I don't need her jumping on this while I'm trying to fold it all around and get it even. So, no Carol today. She's sitting in there staring out the window, very mad at me. She does not like it when she is not included in the fun. Now we got... How do we want to do this next section? The curves present a little bit of a problem here, but it's fine. How much do I have left? Not very much. Not as much as one would like. I just am carefully getting up and down, in case you're wondering. If I go slower up and down, I don't have the problem that I used to be having with the old vertigo, but we don't want to be too show-offy with our ability to stand. The grass is a jerkity jerk. It is a jerk. If there's ever been a jerk, it's called Bermuda grass. I think this is going to be all she wrote on this roll. Yep. Awesome. I have other stuff. It's just not this good, really thick stuff. All right. So this stuff I used double rolled, which I think I'll do, but I'll just double layer it instead. So I don't have to... hi. I don't know why it's brown or black. It unrolls with the brown side up, so here we are. Scissors, before I get all the way down there. And a couple more landscapey steakies. The double layered landscape fabric actually worked pretty decent for the most part, so I think I'll be all right with that. All right, so I'm trying to line that up with the other one. I'm sure I'm cutting at a horrible line. Like not at all straight is what I mean by that. I'm pretty positive that is the case. Jesus, you scared me. Can you make a noise when you walk up? I swear. It's like you're like... Every damn time. Scared the crap out of me. This stuff is gone.
Well, that's all it was.
Yeah, but it's not so much the thickness, it's more that it's more fabricy. I was gonna double my layer here, but I don't know that I'm gonna do that. I think I should double it.
Is it really thinner than the other stuff that you just laid?
It's not the thickness, it's the durability. I mean, I've double layered here and there and there. Need to get the, I think we'll go with the crushed shells.
You will now?
I'm thinking so. I don't know that they are my most favorite, but it is something that's very...
That or wood chips, I guess, because the rocks are crazy expensive.
I don't want the wood chips on this. That's what I said before. Well, Carol, why are you over there? Why are you over there, huh? Good job. Go right where I'm going to go. Thank you. Beep, beep. Thank you. You're going right where I want to be. Perfect. Watch out. Beep, beep, beep.
All of that stuff.
There is another roll. Yeah, it's actually fatter than this one.
Okay, why don't you use that piece for this section? The other one, cover it.
For what?
For this little section, that looks like a perfect distance versus cutting it in half.
I'm cutting it, I'm rolling it in half for the side here. I can't go all the way to Louie's yard with it. So I don't...
Which is perfect width for this last one.
Oh my God. Don't know what I asked for.
Get out of mom's way, she's mad at me already.
Well, I didn't ask you to come out and like...
I just thought it made more sense to use it.
You're like a back seat driver over here. It's actually not the perfect width, FYI, because I want it fatter. So I was right. Thank you. Irritating. Yay! All of the tarps are down, or the weed fabric, whatever you want to call it. I ended up having to go into my backup stash, which is this light gray one. You didn't see that on camera because, quite frankly, after Eddie scared me and then had some ideas that I didn't appreciate, I just shut the camera off and finished up. Sometimes it's helpful to have somebody be helpful, and other times it's just really not. Moving on. So that's like the fabric-y fabric. I definitely double layered that stuff. I never did put a double on this one. Hopefully that'll end up being fine. But I did end up adding on, shocking, I know, a little bit more just to make it look, I gotta pick that up, make it look a little bit more polished. Let's go take a closer look, shall we? All right, so this is like the fabric-y stuff. That's got a double layer. Then we've got the more commercial grade, which apparently was the smallest roll known to man, followed by the slightly thicker stuff. And then I had already double tarped or double landscape fabriced this U. So this one had already had it all around, but the one over there did not. So I continued with like basically like a foot off the side of the raised beds. And then over here, I ended up grabbing the concrete squares that we had somewhere. I don't even remember now. Good grievies. Up front? Maybe they were up front. Anyway, put them in the diamond pattern to mimic the driveway. Eventually, if you haven't been around long enough, I plan to extend my dry pour concrete sidewalk so it'll come around here. But for now, that's not anywhere near happening. Maybe, but probably not anywhere near happening. So this is gonna all get the shells because it's ridiculously weedy and ugly as all get out. So everywhere that you see landscape fabric is gonna get the shells, the crushed shells. So in Florida, we have an abundance of crushed shells. So although I still think they're fairly expensive for what they are, to be honest. But That's going to all get shelled. Anything that's fabric is going to get shelled. There we go. And I think it's going to end up looking really nice. Let's pan out. So from the backyard canal side of the yard, we've got, this is our view. And then from, don't mind the trellises that are just flopped everywhere. It's fine. From our patio, this will be the view. And then imagine it with some beautiful espalier, some type of tropical fruit trees, a rose allée around the top, a rose arch. It's going to be beautiful. And then the other view that I think will be really nice, I transplanted a banana pup. Poor thing, it's been in the freezing cold. It actually still has a green top. I cannot believe that. Anyway, so then from here, try to ignore those. That'll be the view from this side. Fast forward. And now we're at the end. I haven't moved, but I'm going to just splice myself in at the end. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Until next time. Bye.
This is my very first time ever making soap. So I'm outside where there is airflow. You have to use an ingredient called lye, which is sodium di blah 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 something or another. I'll put it up on the screen. I'm following a book by Jan Berry on soap making, and it's pretty thorough. I'll also put that up on the screen. So you're going to see Carol in the background pouting because she's not able to be outside with me, and she hates that. And I'm not talking to you a whole ton because I'm really concentrating on making sure that I get this done correctly. I'm pretty pumped. I cannot wait for it. And I am so excited and I hope it turns out.